Next on Good Taste.
It's fantastic. We're headed to the hill country, to a hidden gem.
This place is amazing. The wine is fantastic.
For the owners, this magical vineyard is something they've always dreamed of.
Be a farmer, have this little winery.
See how it all came together with a mission for veterans too, and delicious food to boot. Want some? Then
I was a dishwasher. Didn't speak a word of English. I came here with $500 in my pocket.
we'll see how America inspired these immigrants to make their delicious dreams come true.
This country gives you every opportunity really to succeed.
Plus,
Freshly cut brisket. Wow.
we're uncovering some trade secrets to building a better brisket.
Grab a fork and a glass because Good Taste starts right now. Hi everyone, welcome to Good Taste. I'm Tangi Patton. We are in the beautiful Texas Hill Country. Happen to be at a winery just outside of Comfort. This is one of the first wineries ever built in Texas, and it boasts some award-winning wines. But there's only one spot in the Hill Country where you can get this incredible view. It's at Singing Water Vineyards. Seven acres of shady oak trees, live entertainment, and award-winning Texas wines. Could it get any better than this? Throw a steak on the grill, for real. Now we're talking. The fine folks at Singing Water Vineyards are known for their stone-cooked flatbreads, loaded charcuterie boards, and barbecue steak nights. I like your t-shirt. Right? We go way back. We do. That is a giant steak.
It is a giant steak. I might need help eating it.
This juicy 22-ounce bone-in ribeye and fully loaded baked potato pairs perfectly with a glass of Singing Water Vineyards' signature Freedom Blend.
We just won a gold medal at the San Francisco Chronicle Wine Competition in Napa.
That's a biggie.
And so it puts a national testament to what folks are drinking out here.
Absolutely.
And having a good time.
That's nice. That's an easy drinking red.
It's a beautiful blend of both Texas and Alexander Valley grown grapes. It's worthy of the accolades, but this gold medal wine has another claim to fame.
Each bottle that we sell, 10% goes back to a military cause like the Fisher House, Wish for Our Heroes, and a couple other like USO as well.
That's a great gift.
Yes.
And for my white wine lovers, you've got to grab the Texas Albarino.
Albarino is one that is being grown more and more here in Texas because it does so well in the heat. It's a dry white, so you get all those fruit-forward, citrusy flavors.
It's fantastic. This is
really
a Texas
good.
Albarino.
This is Texas.
Pair it with the Clubhouse Ranch flatbread, topped with tangy ranch, and you've got yourself the perfect meal. Andy and Missy Ivankovich and their adorable family of 4 are the proud owners of Singing Water Vineyards. But that wasn't always the case.
Andy and I met in college, actually, after his time in the Air Force. We were a banker and a teacher at one point.
That's right.
Well, then how did you go from working in the corporate world to owning and running a
winery?
a winery, yes.
Yeah, well, it's actually, we stumbled into it a little bit, but we're looking for some ranch property, and we'd never been to a Texas winery before. And we said,
really?
let's stop in. We got a few minutes. And I think I was telling Missy, I said, I could do this, I could do this. And I think you said, do what? And I said, be a farmer, have this little winery. And just so happened, the lady who was doing our tasting said, the owners are looking to retire. And one conversation led to the next, and here we are.
Do you ever think there was a little divine intervention in that?
Oh, without a doubt, without a doubt.
We have known Missy and Andy for at least 20 years, back in the corporate days. And when they said they think about buying a winery, we thought they were crazy. And boy, were we wrong. This place is amazing. The wine is fantastic.
This is such a relaxing place, very family friendly, and we love the live music.
my lonely day. From the vine to the barrel to the bottle, Singing Water does it all. So now we're in the barrel room, and this is where a lot of the magic happens too,
That's right. So what I get really excited about Texas wine is Tempranillo. And we all know that's a Spanish grape. Grows well in our terrain, but tastes very different compared to California. These Texas grapes age really well, almost taste like a cab with a little bit more fruit on it.
Ooh, I like that. There's some spiciness too.
It's heading there.
I love the frosé, and I also love the Moscato that they have.
It's a good day for a frosé.
Yes, it is.
It's truly an impressive operation, and it's all a family affair. Andy and Missy's daughter, Mia, helps out in the bottling room. What are we bottling here?
This is the Muscat. Yes.
While Josh and Aaron help man the kitchen.
Oh, I love their flatbread. It's delicious.
The sweet and spicy pepperoni is made with a red wine pizza sauce and cooked to crispy perfection in a granite stone oven.
And you guys have a special honey you use on this pizza, right?
Yes, ma'am. It's finished with O honey, locally made by Disabled Vet, and red pepper flakes.
Spice it up a little bit. I love your cheese. You use real cheese.
Want some?
Yes.
We're retired military, and we love the fact that they give back to the militaries.
We've been members for 15 years.
It's easy to see why so many people have fallen in love with Singing Water Vineyards, but it's truly a special place for members of our armed forces.
The Hill Country is a large area for a lot of retirees from the military. Folks will leave part of their memorabilia. In this case, this young man unfortunately perished in a training accident in the Navy. And his parents every year, they come out and they leave a glass of wine for him. There's a little note here that says, miss you kid, love you mom and dad.
That's hard to read.
That's right. So just really sweet things that this room means to a lot of different people.
We want it to be a place of family and a place of refuge.
Yeah, it is all of the above. It really is. So whether you're a veteran, a wine lover, or just looking for a peaceful escape, you can find it all here.
Come on out. This is a beautiful hidden gem in the Hill Country.
I couldn't agree more. Hold on to that appetite, because you're in for something fantastic, as always, when we come to you from the Goya Kitchens with the executive chef, Fernando Deza. What are we making today?
Tanya, we're doing a grilled chicken with a tomato and basil sauce that is amazing and super easy to make.
Okay, I love super easy, and everything you do is amazing, so show us what we do.
So here we have the chicken already, very simple, very clean, marinated 24 hours, then cooked to perfection.
All right.
Now we're gonna make the salsa. That's the most important thing in the whole recipe. And we're gonna start with your favorite.
It is my favorite. It is the best olive oil, and I love that one to cook with, and then the unico.
So good. Then we're gonna add some red onions. Basically, we're gonna cook it for 1 to 2 minutes. Now we're gonna add some cherry tomatoes. You don't wanna move it too much because then they break too easy. So you basically want a nice high heat. Then we're gonna season with the Goya Sazonador Total.
These will be the last spices you'll ever use, because you can use them on everything.
Good. With salad, with stews, black pepper, some sherry vinegar. We're gonna cook it for 1 more minute. Sauce is almost ready. Gonna finish with some fresh chopped basil. Quickly mix. Very simple. A little bit of queso fresco.
I love this.
And finish it up with some white rice or previously cooked with some Goya adobo and Goya Chevalier olive oil. Goes perfect with this dish.
It is beautiful. I love it. Do I get to try? That is fantastic. It is sweet, the basil.
Perfect with the chicken.
Sherry vinegar. I love it. That's delicious. Another winner, as always.
Thank you.
We've got the recipe online. That tomato sauce was just perfect. Still to come, voila! This is what you get. All
exactly.
Right. What's the secret to crafting juicy, mouth-watering barbecue every time? We'll find out. Plus, ready for more fantastic wine finds? I've got some real winners coming up. But first,
I can tell you one thing. There's no greater country than this country.
how the American dream helps feed us all. Next. Get social with us. Follow us on Instagram at Goodtaste TV. Cisco, at the heart of food and service. In this, our 10th season, we wanted to introduce you to more amazing chefs and restaurant owners who immigrated to this country with nothing but a dream. Their stories are inspiring and proof that the American dream is still alive. First up, we meet a family from Syria living their best life in Texas. For co-owner Faisal Haddad, the journey to Island Grill in Houston started in Damascus, Syria.
United States, America is the greatest country on earth, really, period. Here, you can come and have a dream and really start this dream, and you're okay.
The story of Island Grill is pretty special.
We were just a smoothie, vitamin, and juice shop.
In half the space.
Half the space. The kitchen was teeny tiny and the line would go out the door.
They poured their lives into that smoothie shop. Then, a visit from the 41st president put them on the map.
Next thing I know, here's President Bush. He walks in and he orders smoothie. So the word spread like fire in the neighborhood, and next thing you know, your business goes up about 20%. People coming in, what did the president order? Can I have one? You know, it's pretty funny.
Island Grill is now a booming, full-fledged restaurant.
This country gives you every opportunity really to succeed. This country is number one. Honestly, it's a blessing to be here. I love it.
Next up, we head to Cyprus, to a spot that serves up mouth-watering Mexican food. When Julio Garcia immigrated from Mexico, he only had $500 in his pocket.
How did you get into the restaurant business?
My first job when I moved to Houston, didn't speak English. But I remember back then just praying every day that God would allow me to become a server one day. That's all I ever wanted to be. And when you go above and beyond, people can see that.
Julio's passion and hard work brought him to his destiny. He's now the owner of Ambriza's Social Mexican Kitchen.
When you start as a dishwasher, being able to believe and dream that you can own a restaurant, it's really impossible, right? There's no way. But I did have that dream. I knew I could become a business owner because I wanted to make a difference in people's lives.
From humble beginnings to great success, for Julio, the American dream is real.
I can tell you one thing. There's no greater country than this country. Full of opportunities if you want them, full of safety and structure. You can accomplish anything here.
For our last stop, we head to San Antonio to meet a couple of brothers who struck it big in the Alamo City. La Panaderia has been a labor of love for the Caceres brothers, who've pedaled a long path to get here. One that started by selling bread from their mother's bicycle on the streets of Mexico City.
She was very passionate about quality, always bringing the best, always give the best to the customers.
After their mother's death, the brothers reimagined the business to become one of the top bread suppliers for Walmart and Starbucks in Mexico. Then they gave it all up, starting over from scratch to pursue their own dream in America. And the rest, as they say, is history.
It has been our dream for a long time, and we are just very happy just to be living that dream.
It just takes hard work, some determination, and a bona fide belief in the American dream. Time for more fun where we play in my world with H-E-B Wine Finds. Up first, a delightful rosé from the south of France, the ultimate Provence, and it really is. Provence rosés are my favorite rosés of anywhere in the world. They have beautiful fruit flavors of ripe cherries, raspberries, sometimes blood oranges. They have bright minerality and acidity. Rosés are typically served in the summer months, but we have them at our house all year round. They pair with all kinds of foods. The ultimate Provence rosé is $18 a bottle. Up next, one of the best wine find values ever, so grab a pen. This is the Guarda Rios Red Blend from Portugal. Spain and Portugal make outstanding wines, and often at insanely good prices. Guarda means kingfisher, so note the beautiful kingfisher on the label. The nose on this wine instantly lures you in. It is bursting with blackberries and chocolate. The grapes used in the wine, Aragonés, Syrah, and Alicante Bouschet. You'll taste dark plums, ripe cherries, and spices like white pepper. This wine will pair with all kinds of food, and it's super delicious all by itself. The Guarda Rios Red Blend is only $13 a bottle. Up next, an incredibly versatile Chianti, and it's a good one. It's the Traversa di Monte Chianti from Banfi. The Chianti grapes in this bottle come from one of my very favorite regions in Italy, Montalcino, where Brunellos happen to come from too. Chiantis are great food pairing wines. Think pizza, spaghetti with meatballs, roast meats of all kinds. This Banfi Traversa di Monte is about $17 a bottle. As always, I find all my wines right here at H-E-B.
Coming up, pass the salt.
There's a whole world of flavored salts out there, smoked salt.
Some say the secret to great barbecue is in the seasoning.
We're getting a little salty in a good way. Next.
We love to share good taste. Head to our website at goodtaste.tv, where you'll find delicious recipes from top chefs, my latest wine finds, and restaurant recommendations. Plus, you can see all our episodes right here. Don't forget, sign up for our newsletter while you're there. Good Taste with Tangi is brought to you in part by H-E-B.
Still be hungry. How can you not be when you see a beautiful, perfectly smoked brisket from the experts at the Original Blacks in Lockhart, Texas? And I'm with the 4th generation pitmaster, Barrett Black, and we're going to start with some basics, simple seasoning.
That's right.
It makes a big difference.
Salt and pepper, we all have it on our kitchen tables, in our kitchen. In Central Texas barbecue, that's all we use is salt and pepper to season all of our meats. When you start with black pepper, it of course starts as a whole peppercorn like this, and we use a coarse black pepper for seasoning big cuts of meat. For the salt, same kind of thing. It comes in all different sizes, and there's really no wrong type of salt. It just depends on what the experience you want to have when you're eating that food. What my grandfather taught me and what he came up with is we actually use table salt on all of our briskets, all of our meats actually, and you have to be very careful with it because it is so fine, but it will penetrate the meat so much deeper, giving the entire cut of meat more flavor as you cut into it, especially thick cuts like brisket. And as you can see, when we season, there's not a lot of pepper to it, and it's just a little bit of salt, and I like to season from high to give it a nice even distribution. You know, you feel a little fancy when you do it on high, but there really is a purpose behind it. We gotta make sure we get the sides as well. As you can see, this is the brisket fully seasoned, but then after a multi-day cooking process, 12 to 16 hours of smoking, this is what you have.
This is what you get. All
exactly.
Right.
You can see that fatty brisket.
Does anything smell better than freshly cooked, cut brisket? Wow.
Cheers. Cheers.
Perfect. I think your brisket is interesting and delicious anytime. We got the tips on mine. We're celebrating a big milestone on Good Taste this year, our 10th season. And I wanted to add another ingredient to the Good Taste mix, a bit of positive inspiration for the times we live in. I often find joy and laughter and peace, frankly, when I spend time outside. Maybe it's the beauty and the synchronicity that only Mother Nature can provide. For example, take the hummingbirds. They are awe-inspiring. If you ever want to relax, de-stress, I highly recommend putting out a hummingbird feeder. You'll be mesmerized and hypnotized by their beauty and grace. These magnificent little creatures are less than 3 inches long. They fly up from Mexico some 500 miles without stopping. Their wings beat at about 60 beats a second. Hard to fathom and fascinating to watch. Hummingbirds are incredibly intelligent, and they remember the location of every flower they visit. The more I watch these little guys, the more I sense they have a personality. They're territorial, protective of the feeder.
They're playful, often frolicking in midair with their tiny little friends. These little gems make me more mindful of the beauty of God's creation. And the peace that comes with that thought is transformational. When in Houston, the Good Taste team stays at the Houstonian Hotel, Club and Spa and dines at Tribute Restaurant, where chefs create authentic cuisine and live fire dishes from Texas, Louisiana, and Mexico. The 27-acre resort in the Galleria area is perfect for weekend getaways or corporate events. Ready to raise a glass? To look for any of the restaurants Good Taste has visited, head to our website at goodtaste.tv. That's where you'll find the recipes from today's show. Also, don't forget, follow us on Instagram at Good Taste TV. And set those DVRs right now for next week's show. Thanks so much for watching, everybody. We'll see you right back here next week. Oh, the cling, right, Pete? It was a cling. Okay, Pete, it's the cling to end it. Come on, Kyle. Cheers. That's an awesome steak. Can we talk to you too?
No. I have no idea what I'm talking about.